Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? Coach Danny Alvarez here on this awesome evening. Just wanted to kind of bring this to you tonight. Just had some things on my mind, and I've had quite a few people just kind of ask me about the stuff I listen to, the things I read, and motivation and stuff like that. So I just figured I'd share with everyone kind of how I got into the motivation and affirmations and stuff like that. I've always, it's always been there, I guess. I get, playing sports all my life. I've always, been around coaches and different things to motivate me, but it never really clicked for me until, I think I was like a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. One of my coaches here in Texas, coming up from white to blue belt, because I was already training jiu-jitsu before I moved here. But when I moved here from white to black belt, there was a motivational quote on the wall when you walk in to the school on a dry erase board. Every week, it'd be a new quote, and for months, I would walk in, read the quote. 'Cause it was like, as soon as you open the door, there was a dry erase board and there was a quote there. And I'd check it out. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And then I would go train because I was so excited to train. Like I just, I got out of work, did whatever I had to do, errands I had to run or whatever. Then I would, I just was excited to get to the mat and learn jiu-jitsu. I really didn't care about motivational quotes and stuff like that. And it's kind of why I'm sharing this with everyone because, I go so hard with this stuff, and I know a lot of people, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. And I know sometimes it does reach certain individuals to where they're starting to see things differently. And so this is how I started to see things differently. And I would just kind of go into class all the time and, just week after week, month after month, just see these quotes, and it just never really did anything for me. It was just some words up on a wall there. I thought it was cool, but it never really hit me. And I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what was going on with my life at that time, what I was kind of struggling or dealing with. But one day when I did walk in, the quote that he had on the wall, I just remember looking at it, and then I walked, because we would go in and you'd walk to the right, and then you go to class. And then I remember coming back, like I didn't go to class. I walked back to the quote, stared at the wall, read it a couple more times, and just kind of stood there for a minute like, yeah, and that kind of pertains to what I'm going through right now. I'm feeling that, like that, whatever it was, it hit home to me that night that I went to class. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to come back to that because I got to get to class, right? So I'm going to be late. So do class, end of the night, read it again, and then I leave. And then it just kind of opened my mind to paying attention more to these things, to these words, to these affirmations, this positive stuff. Like I said, it's always been there. It's always been there. I just never really paid attention to it. I never really opened my mind to it, to really see it and to accept it and to let it help me. And ever since then, things really started to change for me because I started to realize that it's everywhere. Like it's in books, it's not like it is now though. Like now you got YouTube and you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got all this social media where it's just flooding everywhere with a lot of positive and motivational stuff. And at this time that I'm talking about, there wasn't any social media, not like that. There was no social media, so I didn't have that to my exposure. You had to like go into like a Barnes and Noble, or someone had to give you like a book, like this, give you a book and stuff like that. But now it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's on my playlist. It's on my phone. Like, it's something that I carry in my hand that I listen to all the time. And back then, I think we had like flip phones. You know what I'm saying? Like a Motorola Razr or something. I don't even know. But it wasn't an iPhone where you had like an app and you could just like listen to some things and audio books and stuff like that. So anyways, it really started to change the way I think, the way I thought, and then how I did things after that. And I just started finding more and more of like positive stuff, motivational stuff, and it was just like a hook. Like I got hooked on it to where it's like that's all I want. Like that's all I want around me, and that's all I want. It's like all I think about. You know, like if you read behind me here, you know, I got hustle, grind, execution. You know, I got the Rocky quote that I had up here, that I have up here. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. And then I got, you know, the thing I just shared here, Champion's Mind. I got all this stuff. I got a closet over here full of books, full of positive motivational books. And then I got my playlist. It's just always around me now. And some people, I know that it kind of annoys some people because it's like, man, like during class, jiu-jitsu class, I don't play the radio, you know. I play my motivational playlist. And I know people would rather listen to, you know, some heavy metal or some rap or something besides that. You know, they don't really want to roll to that. But if I can get this in certain individuals' ears and get their mind to open up to this kind of stuff, like why wouldn't you want that? It's like a healthy drug for me. It's something that I gotta have, because just like you work out to build your muscles up like you want them to look like, or to perform for you, or you go to class X amount of times a week to practice to make your jiu-jitsu better, I gotta have this stuff around me all the time to make my mind better. And I see that sometimes as a whole, even for like competitors, you know, they can have like sick jiu-jitsu, really good jiu-jitsu, practice hard, work out hard, run hard, but then their mental game is weak because they're not working on that. They're not focused on that. And the things that we're going through right now, what we're going through, that everyone's going through with this, you know, stuff with the coronavirus and stuff like that, it's getting to a lot of people. And it's getting to me too. You know, I mean, there's things that I want to do that I can't do, like teach jiu-jitsu, train jiu-jitsu, you know, other things that I had going forward that just went to a complete halt because of this stuff that's going on. But man, I would be in a completely different place if it wasn't for this stuff that I have up behind me here, the stuff that I have around me, and I would just be a different person because of that. So that's why I'm doing these videos. That's why I do these videos. That's why I say the things that I say, because I mean, I was going through my phone earlier and I see something with Gordon Ryan's talking about Josh Hinger, and then you got like political stuff and theories on the virus, and you got, you know, I got my Democratic, you know, friends and my Republican friends, and they're like talking smack, and it's horrible. It's like I just had to turn it off and I had to just come and open up the book and just come in here and just get away for some things and just open, you know, just get some positive stuff, because sometimes, man, the phone it'll just kill you because of everything that people put on their news feed. So once you get exposed to this stuff and you really take it in, it's kind of like a new car, for instance. If anyone that's out there bought a new car, whatever you were driving before, and then you go in to buy a new car, let's just say a Camaro, you know, I got a Camaro. I knew there were Camaros out there. I'd catch them. They'd catch my eye every now and then. But now, because I have one, because I have a 2016 Camaro, they're all over the place. I mean, I see all the colors. I pay attention to the rims they got on them, what kind of ground effects and all the kind of stuff they have on them. But I never really paid attention to them until I actually got one. And now that I got one, it's what I'm used to seeing on the street now. You know what I'm saying? So once you kind of open your mind to these things and you really take this stuff in, that's why I put mental vitamins, because that's what they are. It's just, you know, I take my aminos, I take glutamine, I take vitamin C, you know, I take all this stuff like religiously every single day. I have my normal routine. And once I started realizing that I had to work on my mental game, everything just started to change for me. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I'm just like everyone else. I had good days and bad days, but I definitely help battle my bad days with the good stuff, with the stuff that I've acquired over the years and things like that. So my mind is definitely a lot stronger versus, like they say, for instance, you just start lifting weights today for the first time, and then you stick with it for 2 years. What's your body gonna look like 2 years from now? How much stronger it's gonna be 2 years from now? Or your jiu-jitsu, you just start jiu-jitsu, it's gonna be a little rough in the beginning. Maybe you skip some classes, maybe you're kind of here and there, and then you really get into it, and then 3-4 years down the road, how good is your jiu-jitsu? Okay, so the mental game for me is pretty strong because of the stuff that I keep around me. And I know sometimes people I feel like they think I'm mean because my family members, basically what I'm speaking about is because, I don't like to hear, I will listen to anyone that has some problems going on. I can be a person to come to open up to, but then I'm going to be like, well, then what? What are we going to do next? What's the next step? We cried, we got it out of off our chest, we let it out. Now what? That's going to be the next thing that comes out of my mouth. And some people don't like that. That's not what they want to hear. They want to continue to hear, I don't know, maybe they want me to come out with a woe is me kind of thing. And so I become that person where well, I can't really talk to him because he's going to tell me to get my act together and, do some things and to get myself out of this rut. And yeah, why not? Why would we stay where we're at if it's hurting us? We're going to try and work our way out and build ourselves up to a point where we can get to a better place, because I don't want to stay in that place. I've done that to myself before. Before all of this stuff, I've been in some places where I didn't have this stuff at my disposal. I didn't have these things available to me, to where I let life just beat me down, or a person beat me down, or a thing beat me down to the point where, I didn't feel that good about myself. And once you start putting these things in place and you really start looking for these things and really take it in every single day, not every now and then when you're feeling down and things aren't going for you. I'm talking about every single day. Things you can handle and manage stresses and situations and bad things, rainy days, a lot better, Because right now it's raining. It's pouring pretty bad. I mean, not literally far as outside right now, because it's actually a nice day out. But I'm talking about with what's going on with the world right now and what we're dealing with. Businesses shut down and schools are closed and everything else. It's tough, but I still got a job to do. I'm trying to do my best for my students and give them as much content as I can, and as much resources and things that I can give them within the limits that we're able to give them. I still got to get the workouts in. I still got to read. I still got to, eat right and take care of myself. Today was really tough. Got a workout in today, and it was man, I don't know what the deal was, but I just really didn't feel like getting the workout in. And I had to it was a weird thing, because I had to normally I'll kind of snap out of it pretty quickly, but I had to drag myself to get the workout in today, which was really kind of abnormal. But I got it in, and after about 40 minutes, 30 minutes of a good sweat and a good workout and jump rope and hitting the heavy bags, push-ups, squats, and that kind of thing, body weight type exercises, I felt great. Felt a lot better about myself, and it's just the discipline. So there's a lot of people out there that say motivation's crap. You see those things all the time. That's crap, because I'm big on that, and I'm big on discipline. So one, they help each other. When the motivation kind of gets weak, the discipline has to kick in, because the discipline's hey, we got a job to do, that we say we're going to do what we got to do today. We got to get it done. But then we're not really doing it like we should. So then that's where the motivation comes in. So when I went to the gym today, kind of dragged myself there because the discipline got me there. But I put the playlist on my radio and cranked it up, and it just started feeding that fuel, to my mind, versus a rap song or some heavy metal. I'm feeling it, I can get into that, but now it doesn't do for me like what this stuff does for me. So I just kind of want to share that little story with you guys real quick with kind of just an instant, a moment in time, how I got into all of this stuff like I got into it, and why I go so hard with it, because I need it. It's like it's like an oxygen mask. Like I gotta have this stuff around me in order to breathe properly, so that I can do the things that I need to do for the people around me, for my students, for my family. I'm always talking about my dogs. They can't feed themselves. They can't let themselves out. They can't give themselves water. What good is it going to do for me to just sit here because the woe is me, everything that's going on, and I just sit on the couch? And then my family just looks at me, not doing nothing, not being productive. They're seeing me like really busy right now. You know, they're seeing me doing extra things that I wasn't doing before, because I'm trying my best so that when we come out of this thing, I still have a business. You know, I still have students. I still have people that can see, hey, look, you know, Alvarez he's still putting in the work, even though we're in the position that we're in. We still see him every day. We still see him every day. So some people will appreciate that. Some people won't. But I can go to bed at night knowing, like, yeah, you know what? I'm doing the best I can in the circumstances that we have to give my students and my family and everybody around me the best part of me that I can. So if you're not doing that, highly recommend you do so, because people are watching. You know, your kids are watching, your friends are watching, your family members are watching. What are you doing? You know, I don't have I'm not putting anyone down that plays video games, all right, or that watches Netflix. Like, if that's your thing, that's your thing. It's just not my thing. I don't own a video game. You know, there is Netflix, but don't really do that stuff. You know, I don't really feel guilty doing that, just kind of sitting around, you know, just watching movie after movie or a season after season. Just, you know, I got to do something else, because that stuff isn't really helping me move forward in the direction that I want to move forward in. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you. If you're having trouble dealing with certain things, I highly recommend you pick up some good books, not fictional books. I'm talking like what I got here with The Champion's Mind, Extreme Ownership, As a Man Thinketh. The list goes on. The YouTube videos with the playlist, you start listening to Eric Thomas and Les Brown and Tony Robbins, and you start putting all these people in and start listening to them. YouTube will start giving you those recommendations, and then you can pick which ones you like and don't like, and then make your own playlist out of it. So anyways, putting it out there because I know some people, like I said, doing great. You know, they're doing fine. They're not having any issues, but I know some are. And if you are, let's work on that and get it fixed. And let's try and put ourselves in a better position, like I said. So when we come out of this thing, we can be in a better spot. And starting to see some people suggest some things here. Everyone's going to be different. For me, I gotta have it hard, man. Like whoever's in my ear, it's gotta be like Eric Thomas is my guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, and like David Goggins. Like, everyone's different. Not everyone likes to be yelled at. Not everyone likes to be, like, I guess, kind of like punked, you know, by the dude that's trying to help you out, you know. But that's the kind of stuff that I like. So everyone's different. So you find the person that is going to kind of resonate with you better and give you what you need to kind of get you up out of bed and get you moving forward and staying on that constant path step by step, you know what I mean? But for me, you know, can never go wrong with Eric Thomas and like David Goggins, man. Those guys right there go hard, but you got to be ready for that, though. You got to be ready for that. So anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Get ready for a good week, good Monday. Make the best that you can out of it, and let's just make it happen. So when we come out of this thing, we're gonna be good. All right, you guys have a great evening. Check you guys next time.